first map coming through. We need to see ATK step up here. Problem for me, Tom, looking at how they played against Liquid again, obviously one of the best teams in the world. But they lost a lot of situations where it was like 5-on-2. Like there were so many situations they had the man advantage by far, and yet they weren't able to close out the round. You can see the Betway odds. I would say ATK's number should be a little bit higher. I want to have faith, but I think for us in general, besides this whole match, look at the grand scheme of things, we need to see ATK play well against Renegades to kind of get an idea of how ATK and Singularity will match up in tomorrow's match.
Yeah, obviously it's hard to make a direct comparison, but I agree. I think if they show a little bit more in this matchup, maybe even get close on one of the maps, it could be something a little bit different, but here we go. Split already forward. Modem actually going to start things off with 2 kills, but, well, once again, we're going to see the trades back and leave it on to Sonic on the B side, slowly being closed in, and Azza jumps in from above to give them that 2 versus 2 bomb. It is going to be planted. JKS, his plan is to hold them back at the door, and he's got his teammate of many a year to work this one. It's going to be Azza. It's going to be, well, now just JKS, and actually the kills come in for ATK. OC with 1, and the defusal as well. And the pistol round at least will go ATK's way.
Yeah, good start. And I think what makes that start even better is the fact that they killed JKS. He was just on fire yesterday. I think it was something like 13 assists he had on Inferno. He had over 600 utility damage. He was just honestly playing out of his mind. And to be able to go into the pistol round and at least beat them in a 2-on-2 like that was a start that they have to be happy with. But my question is, can they still win the follow-up round? Can they win round number 2? Because I think they struggled against Liquid yesterday when they had that happen. And of course, if you lose the second round, well, you're probably going to be saving in the third.
Yeah, it definitely gives you some economic troubles. Either you come in with a weak force or... Yeah, well, I think saving is kind of pointless. That's how little money you have. It really is one of those situations where financially it just owns you. They are going to be going for cat control. Now, this is normally a very good position to get the bomb down, but I like the position that's coming out from Modem. He's going to be sat into Goose, which can be quite a difficult position to clear. They do have the utility available. Jacob's actually going to get a TK to start things off, which isn't ideal. And that flashbang is bang on from Sonic. And that's Modem 2 kills, leaving just JKS alone. And while he'd need a miracle to get out of this one, the conversion comes in and...
Why did... Not only him, but Modem was also taking a ton of damage from that Molotov. Okay. Well... Don't know what to say about that one. Either way, they still take the round, though, Tom. And that's a fantastic start for them. They're forcing Renegades to go on to the save. They're going for just 2-3 deagles picked up for their side. But having a much better start. I mean, we did see some life within the team. We saw, I remember on Vertigo, OC get a nice triple kill up against Liquid on the Ace site when they were attacking to get some steam. Into round 3, still playing relatively safe here. You still have to respect the Renegades. I mean, they've earned their place currently within the rankings. And it's not a team that you can go into a match lightly against.
Yeah, we did see them, I think a lot of the team actually tweeted out yesterday saying that they did feel a little bit rusty coming into it. Of course, it was their first match played since the Major, and a lot of the teams at the moment are playing other online leagues or have been to a tournament or two, but Renegades had a bit of a break. Now, that obviously is good for the team. I think it's good for morale, coming back into things like having some time with the family or with friends or whatever. Like, it can definitely make you come back stronger, but there's normally a bit of a teething period, and it's kind of a brutal way to come back into Counter-Strike, of course, fighting to try and get through to the LAN finals of ESL Pro League. Of course, a massive tournament, even within the tour itself, and well, they can't really afford a slip-up here. They do still have Liquid to face. Nice shot from Azza, but will they again check onto OC? He's so well positioned. The Goose spot is just wonderful for him. However, a bomb plant and 2 kills. That's already a relative success for Renegades in terms of what's invested in this round. The question is, Jason, can they get any more?
Well, they bought only 3 deagles and were able to get those kills as you mentioned. JKS in a lovely position to pick up some kills. There's the first, the second not going to land, unfortunately, but Liaz will be there. Bomb planted for him. And he gets the kill on the floppy. A hell of a shot comes out of him. Now turn it into a one-on-one. Kit will be there for Sonic, but Liaz, I don't even think he heard the defuse initially coming through. He's going to play this one extra safe. The bomb's taken away. Liaz needs to hurry around the corner. It's forced Sonic to get off the bomb, and now he's going to win the round based off that alone. Renegades, with almost absolutely nothing bought in this round, will clutch it out and take their first here of the map.
That's not how you want to lose your first round of the map. That was, as you said, barely anything invested, just a couple of $1,000 put into this. And
thing is, that's what we kind of mentioned a little bit about ATK yesterday against Liquid. Like, it's not necessarily the same situation, but they lost a lot of like 5v2s or 5v3s against the team, and now losing against just the Deagles. Obviously, Azure had a phenomenal shot to open up the site.
Well, I think versus Liquid, they were just getting owned so hard, at least especially, well, I was going to say in the first map, in both maps, they literally got 8 rounds between the two. So it's one of those situations where things start going wrong and then they just slip out of control. So this is a bit different because this is so early on in the match that you can't really be like making mistakes like that. You want to be building into things. I think even though Renegades are still massively an overdog in this scenario, they're not Liquid. Like, there's still more opportunities here. We saw it yesterday. I genuinely think that Singularity, maybe not win the series, but they definitely could have won a map yesterday. They were the ones really throwing away clutch situations, like in a silly manner. So it's not the greatest start, of course. I think we might have had a bit of a sound issue here, because by the looks of things, Liaz was signaling something to do with his headphones. Maybe that's why he didn't hear the bomb. Yeah,
maybe.
Because he really didn't react the first time, but
it worked out for him.
We are back into it.
Yeah, maybe I was being, I definitely was being a little too harsh on ATK. I mean, to be playing an MDL, then to get the call, hey guys, do you want to play in the Pro League?
Same for
But oh yeah, you're playing against Liquid in your group in Renegades. Like, you know, I'm being a little bit hard on them. I just want to see them be able to perform, and I want to see, you know, more North American teams be able to challenge the likes of the top teams that NA has to offer. And they do have some decent pieces within the team, but I feel like it's just about unlocking those and putting them together. Modem looking to push through the smoke, but I think he got stuck on a box, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh dear.
And that's about half of his HP now gone, but he does push out again. Jacob, that's a second. That's a second TK, isn't it? Or was it Liaz that got the first one?
No,
TK Liaz.
It's 2 TKs already for Jacob. He really is struggling to get kills of the opposing side onto the board, and JKS is going to be left in a clutch situation. Of course, this is going to be really damaging to Renegades if he doesn't manage to pull off some magic, and they're waiting patiently. I like that. Could have been a risky play from Modem there, but instead, he just waits for his team. And well, this now ends up being a better start. It sounds silly, but losing that round, we now get all the money invested into this one from Renegades. They get to break them back. They don't have any real loss bonus anymore. A bomb plant will help them, but even still, that was a really good round coming out from them, and with the help of Jacob.
So Tom, I want to issue the second of the season, the Jason Kaplan Pin Challenge.
Oh dear.
I want to know, in one single match of the Pro League across the 10 seasons, what's the most team kills we've had for one team?
I feel like you should disclude anybody who works for HLTV.
Yes. That is the asterisk in the competition.
That would be cheating, because they definitely have the stats.
And I want to know what rounds it was in and who killed who. God. So you got to work for the pin, but hey, it's a Series 1 pin. Under my bed right now.
You might want to state that they will receive it once you are back in Germany.
23rd of October.
So it will be a little while.
It'll be a little bit.
My DMs are open, but don't message me.
Don't DM him. Just tweet it to us with the hashtag.
Well, you can DM me the picture. Either way, we're back into the round, and an aggressive peek coming out from Jacob. This time he's worked out which team he's batting for. And he is going to get the opener, but that was one of the only rifles they had, and it's already gone, and it's on the B side. So, in fact, it might even be in Sonic's hands, which, not the start you'd necessarily like. Gratisfaction on the scout. I think it's going to be important that he has a decent match today. So far with 2 ADR, which that should improve.
He had a rough match yesterday, too, at least on the op. He was getting way more kills with the rifles, but I know on Inferno, he really kind of pointed him out as not hitting the shots we know him to usually do, but OC's in a good position to punish Renegades here. They're not going to have any smokes either, I believe, so he has the opportunity to hit some clean shots, and he's careful to not be rushed down, and well, the counter flash is looking good. Floppy, phenomenal throw-in. Does help him pick up the first kill. Doesn't expect Lias to have dropped down from CT, but Lias is going to peek around and spot both players towards CT spawn. But the bomb will be planted, and now we're going to be into the retake scenario for ATK.
Oh, okay. And a decent fadeaway shot to start JKN. He's back once again! 4 kills, he's just got everyone in a matter of seconds! That is absolutely disgusting. I don't even know what to say to that. He's not even got a smile on his face.
He looks ecstatic.
What does it take for this man to smile?
A major victory? A title? Major?
Maybe.
I don't know how he keeps doing it. Time in and time out, JKS has just been on point. And I love to see that, you know, ever since his time back in Vox Seminole, transitioning over to Renegades.
What do you say in this timeout? Don't let JKS kill you. Like,
I mean, it was what, a 4-on-2, if I'm not mistaken?
and all of them were ridiculous shots as well. Like, sure, they somewhat gave him individual battles, but what do you even do? 3 of them instant headshots, the last man low.
Well, I think Shox has something to say about that if you caught his tweet yesterday, I think it was, asking for the SG nerfs to come in since they already nerfed the AUG.
Yeah, at the same time, I think part of that is they needed to push them together. Like, it was still individual peaks, even though there was only a split second between each one. It was one, then he gets another chance and another chance, whereas if they all face him at once, he has to try and just do a ridiculous spray control, which seems a lot less likely. So he could still do it, I will admit, because he has been pretty nutty so far, but
Tom, these rounds again have been just so scrappy, so back and forth. I like this position though. Sonic can go for the flash in for Modem to have the opportunity to pick up quite a few kills. Counter flash to come through, and they come around the corner and pick up 3 kills just like that. ATK taking a little bit too long to go for the action, to go for the play. And how they're going to be punished. Sonic will be left alone inside of the site. You have to imagine the second he peeks up around the box, his head might get taken clean off his shoulders, and there we go. Jacob able to do just that. JKS going to close it out, and Jacob getting 3 in the round. So Renegades now going to be tying things up at 3 apiece.
I wonder if it's possible to get a look at the scoreboard, because I am fairly certain that if Jacob hadn't got TKs, he would 100% be top of the board. Like, I'm just...
Oh, wait, a little longer. Maybe tied.
Yeah. So technically, yeah.
Do you get ADR for TKs?
No.
Because it's damage.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'd have a lot.
Yeah, that'd be one way to pad your stats.
Or banned. Because these guys, well, I'm fairly certain you can't get back. Otherwise, it means that Jacob, if he gets 1 more TK, is out. So, we'll see. We'll see if he gets banned from the server. I imagine that ESL have probably turned that off.
It would be hilarious, though, because then they have to play with 1 man down the rest of the match.
Do you wanna like, go turn that back on for us? Like, hack in.
Just get a camera. Just get a camera on him as he's just spam typing like he's hacking the planet. It's just going to be pistols for ATK. They do have 2 flashbangs as they're looking for potential anti-flash and push in. Look how passive Renegades are being, and they're allowing, you know, Jacob and JKS to just go for the picks, just go for the duels. And here we go, the push in towards the A site. Modem, will he push to the well, he does. He gets the kill on the Azure, but JKS will be there. The gun's out of his hands, and JKS, yeah, he'll get 2. Jacob gets another 2, and Renegades up to 4.
Yeah, I think they're having a battle for who can get the most ADR in this match. It's going well for both of them, and
it would be great, because what's funny about the Renegades is they never want to do the interviews. They try to pawn it off to each other. It would be great for them to have a little mini game within the team of whoever bottom frags has to do the interview, and then everyone's just fighting to stay off the bottom of the board.
Yeah, I would say bottom frags is fairer, because if you get kills with the AWP, a lot of the time you're not going to have massive amounts of ADR. Like, to get high over 100 ADR with an AWP is fairly difficult. You literally have to be so on point.
1 kill around.
Yeah, but that, like, if anybody's done any damage, then the ADR is less.
True.
Which you're not... I suppose you could leg shot people. It's just not as common. Like, high ADR as an AWP, but you basically just have to be having a very, very good game.
Well, unfortunately, Lias at the moment would be the one doing the interview, I think I just saw. They obviously have to win here still. You can't count ATK out just yet. They still have a lot of M4s. The utility's very lacking, and they don't have a kit as well. So retaking is going to be so hard to do. Modem will be able to swing around wide towards the ramp. Good flashbang comes through, actually, again out of Floppy. That's not the first time we've seen him be able to set up plays for his teammates. Nosi gets a nice double. Modem's gonna get one as well. Bomb gonna be stuck, and JKS, well, he's still alive. He still has the SG, but you can't forget about Azur. JKS, well, he can get 4 kills, but not if they're all coming in at the same time like you mentioned. Not getting the individual duels.
Yeah, he got split from behind as well, so that's a little bit better. And the other thing as well is, I don't know if you noticed, but they have literally just tried to push short like 3 or 4 rounds in a row now. it's just been the attempt in that direction, and it has been working, so I don't really blame them, especially when it comes to after plants. Like, that is the first time we've actually seen a decent attempted retake come out from the CT side. And, well, now actually going to get a tactical pause called in. I would assume that's by Renegades, yeah. They've definitely had, again, a bit of a dicey start. Like, sure, they've had a big play or two come out. Like, that's what you have to realize here is one of their rounds was versus nothing because they'd just broken the economy. One of the rounds was off a 4K from JKS. One of the rounds was Deagle. So it's like, they haven't actually had any proper secure buys that have just won them rounds just yet, which that's a little bit of a worrying prospect when you consider the Renegades are the heavy favorites going into this one.
But on that note, do you think they're like really as focused as they would against a team closer to their ranking? Because pushing short 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, but I think that was just because it was working. I don't have a problem with that. If even against a top team, if you find a hole in their defense, exploit it. I do think that maybe that was the moment where Cassard sort of said to them, okay, like we this hasn't been the best of starts, but let's like kick it up a gear, because they definitely have it. Like, we know they do. Modem, there's a lot of information gathered. He's got to be careful because Liaz is actually rotating through the spawn, but he isn't going to spot anything just yet. OC also tagged within the site, and we're finally getting an AWP into Gratisfaction's hands, which should make things more interesting, but he's already dead. In fact, it's OC and Floppy who have already pretty much closed down this round. It's left all onto Liaz in a 1 versus 4. Modem in a strong position, however, and ATK, they've got their 5th and even taken the lead.
I do not know why Renegades didn't smoke the cross and go. Instead, they flashed it and tried to cross. I actually don't know why. I know Liaz had a smoke, at least at the end, though he wasn't with them at long necessarily. I'm assuming they had at least a smoke on someone for the cross. Instead, they just decided to push it.
That is like a big confidence play that some teams make, where they just basically try and kill everyone in CT, but it is very high risk. I almost wonder if they didn't have a smoke, because otherwise that does seem like a bit of a crazy thing to do. Nonetheless, ATK off to a strong start. As said, this is one of those maps that's been a bit dicey for Renegades as of recent. Obviously, haven't played it a whole lot other than at the major, and I think all of their losses were to like top 10 teams, so you kind of got to give them a little bit of slack there, but at the same time, they were somebody who finished top 4 already. 2 opening picks, Sonic, Modem's had a very good start to this game. Once again, they're falling back into a similar attempt. It's on to short once more. It has been, but pretty much all of their success has come from within this match. B-site hasn't really been tested, and Flashbang, well, a little bit too late. It's just going to give that kill away. OC with another pick on the orb. Liaz will be able to trade 1 back, and he's looking for that millimeter of the helmet. Going to spot out anything, and I actually quite like this from the CT side. They're just going to opt to hold on to their positions, keep long control, not fight too much, try and push this one together in this 4 versus 2. Liaz holding, but he can only get 1. JKS has done it again, though. 2 kills already to his name, and it's left onto OC. He was a little bit delayed in the push, but he needs to try and clutch this out. Boosted over the top. An elevated position that JKS may not necessarily expect, but he is watching the directions, and he hits the shot again. 12 and 6 for this man. He is just the clutch king. I wonder if this is a little bit of frustration coming out from him, that this keeps happening.
Why does he look so depressed? He just won the round.
The thing is, I guess for them, this is a match where this shouldn't be as hard, I guess. Like, if you're looking at it from his point of view, he's just had to win multiple, somewhat unnecessary clutches because they are losing so many opening duels. Either that or he's a little bit sleepy.
I did just hear one of the players, I don't know which team say that was so bad, so I'm assuming it's for ATK, but JKS, I mean, this little perch he's being sat up in on towards the A site. 12 kills now. Leading the server, 124 ADR. Missed smoke come in from ATK as they're trying to throw it for the cross. Luckily they don't get punished on this, and actually OC might be able to get a kill. They do have the double op set up. No gun for Floppy, so I'm assuming Floppy donated over an op to a teammate. Or at least just didn't have the money to buy anything. And considering it's, 5-5, you look at the buy up out of Renegades, and it's not that great either. You got Azar to Deagle, you got Jacob on the Galil. We do have the 2 SGs, and Sonic's actually in a really good position to punish them. He gets the first kill on a Gratisfaction, but Azar will respond. ATK aren't playing too bad, to be fair. They're doing a good job of catching Renegades off with some random aggression. And they're starting to hit some shots too, which is even more important.
Yeah, they've been very good in the early round. They've been winning most of the early rounds. Again, it's only really been how clutch that JKS is that's kept them in this match. If he hadn't been, well, he's already won 2 ridiculous clutches. And we're only in round 11. So it's kind of, and they only have 5 rounds. So it's a bit of a worry for the rest of Renegades that he is having to do so much. Of course, if he continues to do it, it's not a problem. They'll win the match. It's undoubtable that he can do this, but it shouldn't be necessary. This time, well, they've made the same play 3 times, so what do? You switch it up, and it's going to be left all onto Floppy to try and hold this on his own. He should have absolutely no chance here, but actually over the smoke, in fact, the smoke's faded. This is given a gap. OC's going to be able to get 2 in the back. Even still, though, look who's alive.
Ooh. Could have been a big kill for Azar, but he does escape. JKS with the SG. He's set up. We've seen how good he is before, and he's just so good yet again. I don't know how he keeps doing this. He already has 3 kills for himself, and potentially a 4th with OC sitting indoors, trying to push in with the USP. Time is taken away. No hit on OC, but got 2 players to find. I think he should just try to save this off. He's being spammed consistently. JKS is on the chase. And the Glock won't be enough. And OC's just hoping he can somehow run away for his life. I would imagine they're going to lock this one down. Yeah, Azar's going to secure that. Renegades do get their 6, but JKS, another 3 kills for himself. His ADR is just skyrocketing. He was like 120 last time we saw it. It's got to be even higher than that now.
This might be one of the biggest hard carries I've ever seen. And I've watched Simple, Zywoo, whoever you're gonna name. This is ridiculous. JKS is just doing so much damage within these rounds. At the beginning, Jacob was up there with him, but wow.
Yeah, he was at 5 kills when JKS was at 7. We were talking about how the 2 TKs he did. And now JKS is just skyrocketed.
15 already. Like I said, it's not like it's been dominant. These have been very, very close rounds, but it just seems like there's a ceiling within the server, and JKS is above it. Look at this aggression, though. All the way through the top of mid. The CT side are going to be coming. They really don't give him more kills. He doesn't even need them. This could just be the chance for him to completely pad his stats. Finally, somebody's killed JKS, but it doesn't even matter. He leaves the scraps for Liaz. Dear Lord.
19 kills, and no one's even past 10 on his team. There's a reason we highlighted him, I think, 2 days back-to-back. And you know what, Tom? I think there's going to be a 3rd tomorrow.
Yeah, this is a bit silly.
Jeez. 155 ADR. What do you even do now, ATK? I mean, he is so on point. Azar's going to actually push out towards long. The 4-man squad going to be joining, with JKS lurking in towards lower. trying to peek out, and Modem's able to get the first, but again, the kills are just consistently coming through for the Renegade side. Floppy's done some decent damage. And Sonic will be the last player to defend. But will they expect him to be here? Well, it doesn't matter. They close it out. Liaz gets 3, and Renegade's now up to 8.
I think JKS alone is giving me a reason that I want an extra reason why I want the SG nerfed, because it's just silly. He's so good with it. I think he's up to 20 kills now.
Now I understand why I saw him in the hotel gym earlier doing back extensions, because he's hard carrying his team. That was the only exercise he was doing.
Well, 8 to 5 once again. It's just going to be some pistols for ATK. They've had a lot of opportunities in this match. I think for sure they're going to be kicking themselves.
I'm just thinking that there are these matches and there are these moments where sometimes you're just playing so well, or so on your team is, that it just doesn't seem like you can ever lose any duels. And I think that confidence for JKS is going to allow him to take a lot more aggressive plays. Someone on the side of ATK is going to need to shut him down, and they need to do it multiple rounds in a row, because JKS has just been hitting so many shots consistently. And we do have the stack, 5 players out of ATK towards A. They have some pistols, and they do get 1 kill. Not able to rescue the weapon just yet. The rest of the team pushes through. And JT just completely through the smoke. Gets a nice headshot on a Gratisfaction. But JKS is alive, and JKS nets himself another 2. 9 to 5 now for Renegades. 22 kills? Bro, no one on your team has more than 10 yet. What is happening?
I felt like Gratisfaction's about to, like, just throw his keyboard away. Like, he's had so many rounds now where someone's, like, just owned him through a smoke, or there's been an aggressive pistol player in a place he didn't expect, and he's been caught out by, like, just silly kills that it just must be so irritating for him. Did he spot the boost there? I'm not sure if he did. Trying to get over the top of the smoke. Sonic with the AWP. This time it's Hazard to take the fall. Once again, opening things going the other way. That's like a Scream level shot. Someone jumping over the top, and JKS just pings his head off. Liaz, be a little bit careful. He's going to be caught. He actually had the bomb. This time, surely there's nothing that JKS can do, and wow, OC is going to put him down. It takes the last round of the half to finally finish him off, but 23 and 8, 156 ADR for JKS. I don't think we really need to say it. And while he's taking it fairly casual at this point, and while considering all of that, it's still been a relatively close half. There's been a lot of rounds that without him definitely would have gone the other way. This was where he started everything off, and well, moving into the second half, maybe if they could shut him down, there might be an opportunity for ATK.
Well, you know what? We'll be back with the second half of the Justin King Pro League here after a short break. I forgot his last name. It's Savage.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna Wanna see you be what you wanted to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody.
Welcome back, everyone, to the JKS Pro League. That's what I was trying to say, but so flabbergasted by the amount of kills he was able to get in the first half.
Justin
He's at 23 for himself, 156.5 ADR. That's a lot of ADR, Tom.
Yeah, that is a lot.
But can he get more?
Probably.
I think it should just say ATK 3.8 and then 1.2 for JKS. 'Cause he's
1.1
basically
for
hit.
JKS.
Yeah.
He's more likely to win it alone. Well, already it will be the start for, well, as of this time, he's looking to pick up the mantle. It's the old school boys of Renegades doing the work at least. Gratisfaction also rotating in. Modem has been able to trade onto one. Actually gets Gratisfaction as well. Sonic, he finds one more and leaves it all onto Jacob. He's got a J and a K in his name. Can he get the S to add with it? Yes, he can. Of course he can. Wonderful stuff from Jacob. He'll be there to close out the round, and, well, now with a pistol as well.
What does the S stand for?
Super.
Can he get the S in the round?
Well, because it's just crappy JKS puns at this point.
Sounds something like I would say, to be honest. Let's be fair. The Justin King Pro League. Forgot his last name. 10-6, though. That was still a very close round, even though Renegades did skate by and pick it up off the back of Jacob. We see the scout for OC, and of course the Deagles coming in for ATK. I mean, what, the first half, like, excusing all of the kills that JKS got.
That's so pointless.
What was?
Like, if you remove the best player from Renegades.
No, it's just like he had so many great individual plays, like
Yeah.
the 1v4, like the 3Ks he's gotten. It was a very awkward match so far for Renegades. It wasn't clean in any sense of the word.
It's very similar to yesterday, actually. Like, it does seem like he's bailing them out of a lot of situations that without him they'd probably lose. And yeah, again, I'm sat here thinking, realistically, ATK could easily be winning this match if it wasn't for some real heroics. They're now going to be pressuring in. Asa left so blind. Somehow he's still alive. He's actually going to deny the bomb plant. That's unreal. He's going to get another one. He should have been dead ages ago. Well, he doesn't even fall at the end. I imagine he might have a little bit of a smile on his face here, because that was somewhat ridiculous.
If you guys are wondering, that is Azur's smile there.
Oh, Asa smiles.
That was such an awkward round for him, because he was flashed up, but he was still on ramp. Like, he was still visible to be shot. But the first kill on a JT, because J2 was playing the ball, and he just kind of shot it for the hell of it and actually took him down somehow. Well, unfortunately, ATK couldn't get the bomb planted, but they have some P250s. Going to rush straight out from long. He has his nade, not really going to connect with too much damage, but you know what? Gratisfaction will be there with the Galil.
I've said it before, I always like to see flashbangs purchased. They bought 5 in that round, like 1 apiece, and just threw them all into long, hoping that they'd blind someone up and get a kill. I actually don't mind it as a strategy. Like, it's very, very basic, but say your opponents tried to take some aggressive long control, they're not going to see you coming. They're not going to see anything, so... And for, what, $200 a piece? Not too bad an attempt. Of course, this will now be the moment where ATK are able to get a buy onto the board, and It's where we could see things get a little bit more interesting. They come in with SGs, singular AK.
Yeah, but look at Renegades.
There's a horrible buy. Famas, a Galil. I do like the MP9. That nade. It's only going to hit Sonic. There was a chance for it to pretty much take the rest of the team. In fact, they're going back to a fast short play once again. Both teams reading out of the same strat book, it seems. Az has gone flying to the ground, and somehow this is still looking all right for the CT side. Just as I say that, Floppy came in from long, and they were not aware of that position. Is left onto JKS. He's only got an MP9. Floppy should win this duel, and he will. 12-7. Back onto the board, but the CT side do have a lot of money in their camp, so expect to see an AWP, maybe even a second. Like that's the thing that JKS does occasionally pick up the AWP as well, and I wouldn't mind it here. Like he's playing lights out, he's hitting every shot, and he actually is. He's going to get that second AWP.
Yeah, I mean, even though ATK won the round, we still have to point out that was basically an attempted bonus round for Renegades, considering they didn't buy at all, really. They had the MP9s, the Famas, the Galil. So money's not going to be in short supply for them. And it seems like ATK are going to continue to work towards short, and to be fair, they've been able to punish Azure a couple of times. In one of those rounds, Azure did get very lucky, though, able to escape from the CT ramp. But can they deal with Azure and Gratisfaction with eyes tuned directly towards where they're coming from? I think I want to see a little bit more out of Gratisfaction, because tomorrow, with their match against Liquid, that's going to be a tough one. And that victory for them, if they can pull it off and obviously win here today, it gets them straight through to the finals. And they would love to be able to play in more of these LAN events. Well, he's able to get one. OC and Modem, though, able to chime in to get a couple apiece. And they still have OC still towards long A, so they have that lockdown control. Oh! Gratisfaction! I think he heard me. The jumping headshot comes through. The bomb is down, and now they have to cross the line to even get in towards it. It's going to be only now Sonic alone, and Sonic will be taken down. All right, Gratisfaction, that's 3 for you. Fantastic mustache to boot. We have to see that again. There's no way we can not see that again. Oh my god.
Clean. That is as clean as you like. Well, finally, a little bit of life coming out from Gratisfaction as well, which really just puts the final nail in the coffin for ATK. They're back to pistols just for a round, and in fact, they're going to go running straight into, or they were going to go running straight into the B side, but unfortunately, there's an incendiary down before they get anywhere near. Azza. He's going to spot the push. Nade won't reach anything. JKS caught out. In fact, that's actually an AWP into the hands of the T's. Not actually retrieved it just yet, but they're trying to get onto this B side as soon as possible. Jacob, he's actually going to take the push through tunnels. This is an important position to hold on to, and it also means that he doesn't go down. Bomb plant, it's going to be made. Unfortunately, the man making the bomb plant actually has the AWP. So he's going to be out of commission, at least for a second, but by the time they push in, he'll get one. I think that might be it, though. Floppy, just trying to survive in the corner, will be caught by Liaz. Renegades, just 2 rounds away from taking their opponent's map choice. A map that I believe in the past few months they haven't actually managed to win, but at the same time, they haven't played since the major.
When you see just the confidence radiating off of them as they just push straight through the window, not even caring if anyone's looking in the direction. JKS still on 25 kills and 122 ADR. Though Modem, he's on 20 kills. He's actually kind of been able to sneak under at least my radar. Some decent ADR as well. It's just obviously he's been outshined by his counterpart at the moment with JKS on the opposing side.
Yeah, well, there had to be someone starting off all those rounds that ended up leading to clutches. So I think he was doing a lot of the early damage, and then like the aggression he had onto short on the previous half was actually very good. Ooh, Gratisfaction, he's going to give it a second chance. I'm very surprised by that. And the man we just spoke about gone, and JT catches an HE and loses some HP.
JKS is going to be low, though. I believe he got the tag onto JT in the meantime. They're walking up short, but they're walking into another AWP. Gratisfaction going to be waiting for them to peek around the corner. They still have the opportunity to get in towards the side. They still have a lot of utility left to use as well. The problem is Floppy, who has a majority, or a good portion of it, is going to be towards long A, where he has to deal with Liaz to even get out. Obviously hoping his teammates can push into short and draw the attention. But I feel like Liaz is going to hold this angle. So if Floppy can pull off that 1v1, I think ATK can get this bomb down and take the round, but it all comes down to him, except he's actually rotated back towards short, reinforcing the rest of the AT boys as they make the push into short. And let's see if Renegades can defend it.
It looks like they kept Gratisfaction. He started to hit shots, and CT side AWP looking good. His combo with Azza will clean up the round. And I actually do... Well, I sort of agree with what you were saying, though, about him going towards long. I'm not really sure why he abandoned that. One of the rounds, or I think the only round, they've actually managed to win on the T side was from his flank through long. So I don't really know why you wouldn't use that as some sort of timing. I get that you're a man down, but I think you still need to have some level of long control. Otherwise, even if you get the entries, there's so much opportunity for retake from the CT side. So it doesn't work. And they're left now very far behind in what initially started as a pretty close map. There's an 8-round difference between them and Renegades. JKS aggressive with the AWP into tunnels. I do wonder if he'll go any further or just look to try and find space elsewhere. Gratisfaction should be traded out here, and his teammates actually somewhat caught in the open, so they are just going to fall back to the site. Look to boost a man back up and gain back some control.
ATK fighting for hope of staying in the first map. Unfortunately losing out on quite a few players, putting it all down to Sonic and Modem. As they will have the smokes to cross in towards the A site. There's actually not going to be anyone there directly to stop them from getting the bomb down. Though they do have to worry about maybe a potential boost up coming through, or maybe them just pushing the comp. It's going to be that they actually go for the boost. Azure gets the first. Now it's all going to be on Sonic in a 1-on-3. He's looking for Azure, but he won't have it. And Renegades will close out the first map at a 16-7 scoreline.
Yeah, it looked a bit dicey when it came to the T side from Renegades. Again, we spoke about the clutch situations that had to come in and some pretty weak openings to a lot of the